Hello and thank you for joining me. Today we're in Burnham, Overy, Staithe, arguably North Norfolk's most revered coastal village, and we are going to be looking at one of the most extraordinary houses I have ever seen. We are at the very top of Gong Lane, and today we're going to be looking at Edgefield. Conceived, designed and then built by the current owners only 5 years ago. I really think you're in for a treat. So on entering Edgefield, you are greeted by this central atrium, and it's triple height and flooded with light. What immediately strikes you on entering is the fantastic proportions of this house. They're almost barn-like, but also what catches your eye is the straight lines of sight, with rooms just drawing you naturally in. And the first line of sight is this one, straight through into the kitchen family dining room. We all know the cliche is that the kitchen is the hub of every family home, but this really is an extraordinary room. This kitchen dining family snug room is quite simply beautifully designed, and it works. It works for socialising, it works for food prep, it works for cooking. It is a chef's kitchen, but it's a family kitchen. It's self-explanatory. What I want to talk about is the house that it sits in. Edgefield is, to all intents and purposes, a passive house. That means it is not only completely ecologically friendly, its carbon footprint is minimal, it's also incredibly economic to run. So how do we start to explain a passive house? Well, first of all, it's heated by a ground source heat pump, and all the air in this house is circulated in every room every 20 minutes. Now the reason this isn't a 100% passive house is because a passive house is entirely sealed. So if you're in London or a big city, it makes sure the air is filtered and clean all the time. But when you're in North Norfolk, why do you need to do that? So actually, it's absolutely fine to have the windows and doors open here, and why wouldn't you? Edgefield is arranged in a U shape, and what that means is that down one side of the U, you've got your guest accommodation. Double bedroom, bathroom. You also have the now essential home office. So now that we've put the guests to bed, I'm going to show you the rest of the house. But first of all, I want to draw your attention to this staircase, because it's actually almost a piece of art in itself. So what does a passive ecological house mean in real terms? Well, this house has underfloor heating throughout from that ground source heat pump. What that means is you set a temperature for the entire house and it stays there. But not only that, this house thinks for itself. So on a day like today, with this beautiful sunlight streaming in, if the house starts to get too warm, the blinds will come down naturally of their own accord. Conversely, in the winter time, you get a glorious sunny day, the blinds will come up to absorb some of that heat. This house is over 4,500 square foot in size, and yet it costs only £35 per month to run it. You'll have already picked up that this isn't a normal property film that we do, because actually we don't need to explain how beautiful these rooms are. We need to talk to you about the concept of this house. However, I cannot not mention this master bedroom suite. These absolutely stunning panoramic views. The bathroom I love, because that shower cubicle also doubles up as a steam room. Edgefield is the last house at the top of Gong Lane, and as such it really does have privacy and unobstructed views from the east through the south to the west. So one of the great advantages of a U-shaped house is that you have this wonderful sheltered south-facing courtyard. It's almost Romanesque in its concept, because you have all these doors leading off from the house out to here, so it's really free-flowing. And actually, when they have large parties, there's an awning that goes over the top, so the English summer weather can't spoil it. You've got the outside dining, and then you've got the inside dining. Now before we talk more about the gardens, I've got one more thing to show you. It's an annex, but I don't think you've seen one like this before. Upstairs, mini passive house. It's got 2 double bedrooms and a bathroom, this guest area. It is great for when you've got maybe some little ones staying over, or should you wish, an Airbnb. However, as I said, this is no ordinary annex, because underneath the annex we have this. A totally soundproof room, perfect for any budding musician, but of course this could be a home cinema, it could be a gym, it could be a games room. As you might expect with such a clever house, the garden is equally simple to run. It's mostly laid to lawn, there's tons of gravel car parking, and of course there's a plug-in socket for your electric car. We've mentioned that this is an intelligent house. It's run from an iPad. Now it's not like the Nest system. This means that it can be as simple as you like. So with one switch you can drop all of the blinds in all of the rooms. You can turn all the lights on. It really is a house of the future. I've been lucky enough to do this job for nearly 20 years, and I've seen in that time some extraordinary houses, but nothing quite like Edgefield, because this house is the house of the future. If you'd like to come and have a proper look around and see how amazing it truly is, then please call the number on the screen now and we'd be delighted to show you around. See you soon, I hope.